Hello everybody, I'm Nick Shepherd, welcome. This video is number 3 in a series on the future. We don't really have a future tense in English, but we have several ways of talking about the future. In video number 1, we looked at the two basic forms, will and going to, and the difference between them. There's a link to that video on the right if you want to watch it. In video number 2, we looked at going to again in more detail, with several ways of expressing intention. There's a link to that video on the right as well, if you want to watch it. Today we're looking at probability, and we have several ways of saying this. Is something certain or definite? Or is it maybe yes and maybe no? Is it unlikely and probably won't happen? Or is it impossible? Let's go through them. First, definite. The sun will rise at 7:15 a.m. tomorrow morning. It's definite, so we use will. We use will for all those things we are certain about. Here's Simon. He will be 21 next month. We often use will for formal announcements. The Queen will arrive at 12:25 p.m. The first is definite. So these are all 100% certain. Well, nothing in the future is really 100% certain, but you know what I mean. We use will for hopes too. I hope you will come to my party. And now, probably. How will Andrew do in the examination? Well, he's done a lot of work, so he should be fine. Should means probably in this sentence. Not certain, but 80% if you like. Something like that. And two more examples. I've repaired your car, so it should be okay now. The weather forecast is good, so it should be a fine day tomorrow. But there's something funny about should, which I'll mention later. Now for maybe, 50-50. I'm going out. Here, take an umbrella, it may rain. And two more examples. What are you planning for your holidays? I may go to Spain for a week, but I'm not sure yet. Next one. Probably not. Maybe only a small chance. I bought a lottery ticket. I might be rich next week. Okay, but it's not even a 20% chance. More like 1 in a million. And here's another example. Do you think he'll get the job? Well, he might, but I doubt it. And my last group, the impossible. Things that will not happen. We won't be there by 6. It's already 10 past. The time has already passed. This will not happen. Two more examples. You won't be able to use the sanctuary. It's for women only. He won't be able to join the Spanish police. The minimum height for a man is 1.70 meters. So, those are my 5 degrees of probability, from certain to impossible. Here's a little table to sum it up. She will come to supper. We arranged it. She should be here by 7. She's usually punctual. She may bring a friend. She wasn't sure. She might bring 2 or 3 friends. I hope not. She won't want to stay the night. She's taking the night train to Paris. Right, before I finish, I want to say a couple of things. First, should is always positive. So you can say, Andrew should pass the exam, but you can't say, he should fail the exam if you mean he probably will. Second, should has a second meaning. As well as probably will, it can also mean ought to, like this. You should drive carefully. You shouldn't drop litter in the street. Finally, these are all modal verbs, and most modal verbs have more than one meaning. Here we are talking about certainties and probabilities, but we can also talk about permission, about obligation, about frequency, and more. Okay, that's all for now. And please, make a comment if you'd like to. And thank you to Caroline for the illustrations, to Hugo for technical support, and thanks for watching.